I just watched the time of that Craftsman and it did really excellent. It really did. And it's not fully tuned up and everything like that. It's not. But shit, man, this thing's so fast. All it is a GZ5000 with a muffler mod, and I cut out some spots on the top and put mesh covering over top of it so that it could breathe a little bit better. And that's it. I don't know which is faster, but geez, just doing that right there, this felt faster. Holy crap. As impressed as I was with that Craftsman, I think this thing's faster. What the shit? They're so good. They're so good. Who out there is making a better 50cc chainsaw than these Husqvarna 545 and 550s? Jeez. Whenever it runs as good or even close to a saw that has been that built. Damn. You know, it ain't a knock towards that saw either. That saw is strong. That saw is strong. But geez, these things are amazing. I don't know which one's actually faster, and I do know that thing, I think it's got too much carb on it. I think it's got too much carb on it, but I don't know. We're in the testing stages and everything. But holy crap. I don't even know what to say. And Jesus, you know, for you folks out there that, let's say this thing beat that Craftsman. Everything gets beat, okay? So if you build a chainsaw for this channel, I put shit up together against each other. That's what I do, you know? Clearly, we probably got some bugs to work out of that Craftsman and everything. That's a crazy shot from the hip kind of build, you know? But it is built, and that thing runs like a scalded dog. If this thing, I mean, they're definitely close, I'd say that, but anyways, I don't even know what to say, but jeez, these things are nuts. All right, so now that I've had a day to sleep on it and think about it, because whenever I edited yesterday's video of that Craftsman, I'm watching it run and I'm like, I'm looking at the times and I'm going, dang, that's pretty close. And so I ran and I grabbed the Redmax and I put it in the wood. Same chain, same exact chain. Whenever I first got that bar, that Sugihara bar, I was pissing and moaning because it was a 78 drive link 20-inch bar. And I was, you know, the Husqvarna bars typically are 80 drive links. But anyways, point is now I'm so glad it's a 78 drive link, because what saws do I have? But for the most part, I've got Huskies or something that follows a Husky pattern, and I've got Polands or something that follows a Poland pattern. So for the small saws that run a 325, that's a 20-inch bar, 20-inch bar on the Redmax, and a 20-inch bar on the Poland. Nothing's ever exactly as big as they say. But it's kind of like penises. uh, some of you guys don't like my childish antics like that. I'm sorry. This is who I am. This is who I am. So if you don't like it, don't tell me to change, okay? Just either watch my videos and go, I don't like that part, or don't watch my videos. So anyways, on with it. So since they're both 78 drive links, the chain is easily swappable, and I can really test things evenly. Like I can take that exact same chain and bar that's on that Craftsman and put it on the Thunder Kitten, right? And back onto the Redmax, and so anyways, and onto the Weimars, and onto the 262 XP, all kinds of stuff. So, but back onto it. Now that I've had a night to sleep on it, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because I measured that frickin' Craftsman in the cut, and it never dropped below 12,000 RPMs. I mean, maybe like 11.9 whenever I dogged it a little bit, but I mean, now if I dogged it hard, it would slow down. But I'm like, how the hell is the Redmax right there with it? Because I know that thing doesn't cut more than about 10 to 11,000 in the cut. You know, I mean, in a cut like this, you know. So I'm like, how is this happening? The only thing that I can explain it as is the Craftsman might be outrunning the chain. Now, I talked with Garrett, I texted Garrett about it, and he thinks that the chain should be cutting fine at that RPM range. But this oak now, it has begun, well, it began 6 feet ago, 3 feet ago, getting into the actual stump. We're at the bottom of the tree here as I cut it. And that piece, I've already cut it. I can't, about that. It was about 20 inches in length. So we were right there at the stump where it got cut off. So my point in saying that is, the closer you get to the stump, the harder it gets. And I noticed it. That's why I brought it up in the Craftsman video. I was trying to stick my screwdriver in it, and I was like, geez, my red oak that I got around here is hard as nails, but this stuff right here is some salty wood. It is a grizzled old seafaring dude that, rawr, I'm gonna get you, Moby Dick. You know, it's that guy, Captain Arab. That's what this piece of oak is. It's extremely hard, and so I'm thinking that maybe that is making, on the Craftsman, it is making the chain chatter a little bit, which means it's not cutting as good. Because as soon as I put that Redmax in, it didn't exactly feel faster or stronger. What it felt was that the chain was biting and cutting. It literally, well, you can see with the Craftsman, I'm pushing and I dog it and I work it down and everything. But with that Redmax, just smooth like butter. Now, explain that to me, how the Craftsman, which I measured and it was doing 12 to 13,000 RPMs in that piece of wood, and it's barely beating the Redmax, which I know is not as fast. That doesn't make sense, does it? It's got to be chain chatter, because that wood is so hard, it's getting really close to the stump. It's got to be. Because nothing else makes sense to me. How is one saw that turns more RPM in the cut going to literally be the same speed, almost identical, to the other saw that is turning less RPMs? It doesn't make sense. But this is the stuff that I go through, right? I try really hard to keep everything even and on par. And results are results. So tomorrow, I don't even know what to say about it. I'm dumbfounded. Please tell me in the comments what you think was going on, because I measured it. It was 12 to 13,000 RPMs in the cut. How is it not just blowing past that Redmax? Same chain. And the Redmax went after it. So if anything had the sharper chain, it was the Craftsman. You know? So, whatever. I beat that. I don't know what to do about that. You know? I do know I want to try that Craftsman. It's pointless, but I want to try that Craftsman with some 3/8 chain. And, you know, I will eventually. Maybe I'll record it. Probably will. Put it up. But that chainsaw, the 50cc class at Sawfest, which that's primarily what this saw was built for, and my own hopes and dreams. But that saw has to run a 325 chain. I think that it would be very different results in softwood, because my guess is that you wouldn't get that chain chatter anymore. And you know what I got? That if you watch the video about Stubby, how Stubby is back in action, the little side-by-side, I've got a big old log of fresh poplar that I'm going to dig into. So we'll find out. We'll test it again. I want to test. I'll probably have it in one video. I'll do this Craftsman. I'll do the Redmax. I'll do the Thunder Kitten, which is the Echo 4910 that Charles Briscoe built. And Charles, I will tune that thing with the tack to 15,000 RPMs. Because my ear's not good on that Echo. It's just not. But I'll tune it to 15,000. We already talked about this. You think that's probably going to be good? And my strongest cuts were whenever it was actually tuned right at 15,000 RPM. So I'm going to go with it. I got scared. If you guys don't know, that I tuned it in the cut to, it was like 15.2 in the cut. And that was the best results that I got out of that saw ever. And, but I was scared to run it that high. I didn't think that it should be running that high, so I backed it off a little bit. So it is quite possible that every video that we've seen of the Thunder Kitten, it hasn't been tuned properly. So I'll go back and I will set it with the tack to 15,000 RPMs, and I'll put it against the Craftsman, the Redmax, Thunder Kitten, and what else do I have that you guys would like to see up against these? I think the Weimars. The Weimars, I know it's 60 cc's. I know it is. But last time I ran it, it beat the Thunder Kitten. I don't think I've ever put it up against the Redmax, though. I don't know. Maybe I'll grab the 262 XP as well and throw a 325 sprocket on it and see. But I got a big old bunch of poplar, and we're going to put some stuff in that piece of wood and have at it. Just start cutting away. I love cutting poplar. Poplar, so soft. Oh. Poplar is like a Rolo. You know the candy Rolo? It's chocolate on the outside, and it's nice soft caramel on the inside. Poplar's like a Rolo. This red oak is like a fucking Jolly Rancher. Break your teeth.